Hello, beautiful Gemini. Welcome to your reading. We're going to pull some archetypes for this one. First, we're going to start with that, and then we're going to jump into your coffee cup. Let's see maybe who you are becoming, who you are attracting into your life, who will be helping you, and who will be you will be leaving behind. We can have any signs of those. Let's see what is showing up. We have the sustainer. Okay, I feel like some of you are the sustainer in the most relationships, and you're the one actually bringing things together, turning clay into something that can be used. By the way, if you're new here, I am Divine Light, and I'm so happy you have joined me today. And if you go on to enjoy this message, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe if you haven't already. Let's see one more. We have the mystic. I feel like this can be the one that you're becoming, because the mystic is someone who has been through the trials and tribulations of life and who has collected some information and experiences. And now the message is coming to the mystic. The differentiation of the regular person is mystic can listen those messages, hear the divine guidance, and act upon it. And you being the sustainer for so long is actually, I feel like, going to help you become the mystic here. I feel the mother can be someone coming here to help you. Mother is the creative force, is someone who's the nurturer, someone who loves, who actually gives life on this planet. So this can be someone who maybe comes to support you if you're in need of support. It can also be because sustainer kind of sounds like a father archetype. Okay, maybe someone who goes out there and brings the food so the mother can prepare it and serve it. So instead of maybe the one who brings the things, maybe you are turning into the receiver in this timeline. Okay, maybe receiver of the good news, receiver of the foods, and then so it can prepared. And also we have the destroyer. I feel like somebody is leaving your life, and that can be the thing. If this is your energy, by the way, let's go out there as well. If you are the one who destroys things, maybe what comes to you that you cannot keep, I feel like you're actually switching that energy with the mother's energy. Sometimes the destroyer energy vibes good because maybe there are certain things, it's like the tower moment, that really needs to leave your life. And then if you embody that, it's a good thing. But mother and destroyer, I feel like here are in opposition. Mother likes to nurture, destroyer likes to destroy. So this can be someone who's actually throwing tender tantrums. It can be what you're releasing here too. Okay, let's dive into your coffee cup and see what happens in there. I kind of see an animal. I think it's like a groundhog here, like digging the ground and trying to come out of there. And there's a child right here inside of a hill. And we have Elvis above the child. I don't know if you can see it, but I see it. Elvis can be someone who is not the best father figure. It can be because if you watch his life stories, he was a good entertainer, but it doesn't mean that he was always good to the people around him. And we have a child in front of him. This doesn't mean that he hurt anyone. It doesn't mean that. We're looking at the archetypes here. We're not even looking at the person. We're looking at the persona, basically. Maybe in his private life, we don't even know. We're just watching the movies. Okay, so this is like alleged stuff, all of them. We're not going for character kill here. We're looking at someone, maybe anyone, masculine figure, dangling above your head and maybe not allowing you to grow here. This can be because you're inside of a cave, by the way, and you're inside of the cave with this person. So I feel like here, now you have the free will, but because of what has happened in the past, you're feeling like I cannot leave this space. Okay? That's why I feel the groundhog spirit coming to tell you that we can dug ourselves out of this place. Okay? This doesn't have to be a physical plane. It can be mental space that you're feeling that way, okay? It means that maybe you are feeling trapped mentally in some place, and it seems like here, instead of being your child archetype, you need to embody your spirit animal as a groundhog here and really dig yourself outside of that place. It can be even like asking for help from someone who has the same spirit as well. Okay. So I see that there is like an anchor showing up for some of you. Anchor is in the air. Anchor can indicate all the thoughts you have, all the things, all the plans of establishing yourself. But the thing is, it is still in the air. Gemini, air is your element. So if you want this anchor to fall into the ground, you need to actually plant it, drop it, take some action about this anchor. What happens when you do that? We also even see a fish right next to anchor, which is blocking, the anchor is blocking the view. So you can maybe not see the fish there. Fish can be a financial opportunity. It can be a resource. It can be something that you are in need. And also plenty of fish in the sea. There's one right now, can bring more. Okay. If you do not squander the sources. If you take care of it very well, it can multiply fast. Okay. So it's time to now drop the anchor you're holding on to. Maybe you're afraid, if I settle with this, nothing better is going to come. And the settling is not really exactly dropping the anchor. It's not exactly that. Settling or maybe feeling gratitude. That's the thing. Maybe when you feel like, if I say, okay, thank you, I like this, I'm not going to get more of any. So it's time to maybe establish yourself to where you are first, drop your anchor. This can be a relationship. If this is a relationship, I'm not really talk about that here, because if the relationship is not satisfying and it's like against the human social contract, so being nice to each other, I'm not recommending to dropping the anchor there. Yes, you should go ahead and search for more, but you're standing, hanging in the same place here, so you don't hang out in the same space either. You just need to move to another place. If this is maybe a work environment, and there's things that you can learn here, Gemini, which as an air sign, you probably like to learn new things. You need to let the anchor go so you can learn as much as you can. And it seems like the hill that you're going to be climbing up there. Okay. I don't know if there are hills or like mountains inside of the ocean. That would be strange if the ocean level actually rises. Like, it's, we know the waves, but I don't know if they're like the land. They're just rising and going lower. So this seems like here that when you drop the anchor, you're going to keep going to a higher ground. You might be even see clearly the higher ground right there. Another thing, like I mentioned, you need to really consider what's happening in your life. And if the anchor is not satisfied where you are, you need to go to the ground level here. You need to maybe go to a dock and maybe take care of your ship, get it cleaned up. This can be about physical thing as well. Maybe you're traveling right now and you're not really feeling good. It's time to see a professional. Okay. Another thing I see here is, yes, you're going to get to here, either you like it or not, to the solid ground. And afterwards, there's another journey starting here. And if you're doubting that if I get there, I'm never going to be able to go on a new journey, it seems like you're going to go on a new one. But the thing is here, this seems a little bit more like a safari kind. I even see letter S reversed here. So that's why I feel like staying where you are for a while and learning as much as you can and improving yourself, then going on to this journey can be much more easier for you, because the safari ground, we have here rhinos attacking each other. I don't know if you can see that. One rhino, kind of like looks like a wild boar or something, attacking to another creature here. So the environment you're going to be stepping in might require a little more strength than usual. There's a pathway opening here. The solid ground you think is not going to be the solid ground. There's another pathway opening here. This kind of reminds me of like South America, kind of like a shape. Doesn't have to be specifically, but it can be as in the historical sense. If any of you want to go back in the history, there are many sites there. Or, I mean, in Africa, we have Egypt, and then there are many, many other places that you can travel to if you have physical access to them. But if you don't have physical access to here, I feel like even the pictures, you can see this picture of the butterfly can make you feel like excited because the orange color and the wings. So looking at a picture of a place that is calling your name can be also really activating some things within you. What happens thereafter is I see there are two people sitting on kind of like a little boat here. I feel these are sailing towards you, and I see in your mind, in your heart, you're going to start having clarity after maybe you go through that safari kind of place. You're going to have clarity about how to execute what to do the rest of the timeline. There's a pathway opening. I see a bird bringing news. The bird kind of looks like a star. Star can be a wish fulfillment, and some of you might be receiving a star that is going to be your heart's desire. I told you there's anchor here. The anchor is moving and splitting and becoming two anchors at the end of your timeline. So if you're thinking, I only have one chance, it seems like you have many other. Another second one showing up right there at the end of the timeline. Let's dive into your saucer now. If you have a specific question, desire, intention, hold it in your mind and let's see what the answer is going to be for that. Clean, super duper clean. Your heart is cleaning up. You might have received some good news that will be clearing certain things up for you. Your first desire has some time, but there's something coming secondary when you're working on the first thing. And that second thing can be really satisfying for you. I see there are some clouds here. They're parting. This means that something, like I said, secondary you're working on is actually going to be more effective to part the clouds, maybe bring clarity, answers, and also the little signs will help you to make the right decisions. Another thing I see here is kind of looks like a brush cleaning something. This is something maybe nobody's holding this brush. Kind of looks like a Scorpio as well with the tail. And we see someone with a long nose looking at this character. Scorpio might be someone or like a zodiac on your chart. If that's the case, I definitely recommend to look up what's the specialties of Scorpio. Scorpio is someone really also, they can hold a grudge, however, highly intuitive as well. So if maybe you're feeling like angry towards someone that is nosy with a big nose in your business, that might be also Scorpio's energy affecting you, and there is something you should be careful about because that's the only significant thing here showing up. Okay, the other rest of the stuff are going to be really easily cleaning up, coming forward. But the thing is, Scorpio and the nosy person is very significant, and I feel like there are two different people. That's why maybe we can interpret Scorpio as someone who is right outside your comfort zone, right? Maybe not in the family, but close to you, trying to defend you as well, because that's what the Scorpios do. They really defend to the end their loved ones. Okay, let's see what Tarot has to say for this timeline here. Let's pull our cards, then the clarifiers. We have the Queen of Wands. You're showing up as Queen of the Thrones of Flame. Basically, she has the lion here. I told you that you're going to go on a safari, but even if you think that you're the bait, I feel like with the Queen of Wands energy here, you are the hunter. You go there to hunt. Safari doesn't have to be, guys, literal sense. It can be, which I don't recommend to hunting, which I don't like that because we love animals. I have many cats, if you don't know so far. The thing is, the Queen of Wands is someone confident who gets things done. She trusts that everything's always working out for her no matter what she does. And she always does the right things. That's why she knows that the things are working out with her energy. She doesn't expect someone to come in and intervene. She is the queen, the hero of her story. And it seems like here, when you embody the energy, that safari is going to be that not maybe safari, because I don't think you actually like walk in the middle of those animals environment. This is like a jungle basically you're stepping into, and you're going to be able to manage it. Either camouflages herself very carefully, that's also brave as well, or she has the right tools to get her through point A to point B. Seems like you're going to embody that energy. This can be in the dark, maybe with the moon here. You see the two towers, we have the scarab, and we have what is this? Anubis on both sides. The Anubis is actually waiting on the doors of the underworld, and this means that maybe you are on the crossroads, but you don't know which way to go. It's not really clear to you, and maybe there are some messages coming that you need to also give a coin to the Anubis. Maybe give a coin, or help someone to receive the answers. The clarity will come through when you do a small sacrifice. I think it's tithing. It's called tithing as well. In some cultures, it can be named as sacrifice, but sacrifice is also giving up something lesser of a value in order to get something higher of a value here. And having clarity is your higher value thing. 401s is immediate victory, Lord of perfected work. So you are really ruler of flux and reflux. The moon is here. So some people, they're going to actually go around the moon. Let's see. We're going to see if it's how that looks like. I don't know if you're watching the news. I just saw it recently. So moon controls the waters, flux and reflux. Okay, so it seems like here there's going to be also emotional control on your end happening, and that will bring the victory, perfect work, celebration. Can be also bringing into your life soul families to celebrate with you if you're having a hard time to find people to celebrate together. Let's pull one more. We have the Knight of Pentacles, Lord of the Wild and the Fertile Land. What happens with him is he has the land, he has the corn, he has the seeds, he has a wand, which has a pentacle on top. So he makes things happen with all it has. Seems like here your victory is going to give you either, I see 6 of Wands on the bottom, like a celebration, finish line, completing a task will bring the victory, and that victory will lead you towards a stability. But like I said, with open up with the Queen of Wands, closing with the Knight of Pentacles, either way, you are going to participate in that. This is not going to be something unexpected for some of you, okay? It's going to be like, oh, I knew that was going to happen vibe. Another thing we have is the High Priestess. So you need to really channel that feminine energy and really let go of the destroyed side of the things, okay? And Scorpio kind of has that vibe as well. If you're getting advice from a Scorpio, maybe let them do their thing. Maybe they have a mission in their life, in your life, but the mission is not really pushing you towards somewhere. Maybe mission is to defend you, okay? So let them do their thing, but the High Priestess here suggests also you need to tap into some of that inner, innate knowing. It can be book knowledge, it can be intuitive knowledge, but either way you need to figure that out. 6 of Cups is your dreams coming true, so it seems like you might not really have a path you have the path, but it's in the dark, so you don't know if it's going to lead to your dreams or not. But I feel like 4 of Wands is really promising here. 6 of Cups can also symbolize some nostalgia that you're feeling, or someone from the past that is showing up here. Either way, I feel like you need to keep at it. If this is a person that is coming to lower your vibe, you cannot really allow them to make that happen. Because 4 of Wands is the World card, a cycle is ending. You're closing a chapter, some things that didn't really work for you, you're leaving them behind, and you are becoming like ending that with a victory, that story. And the World card is a cycle is ending, so you can go on to a new journey, and the new journey can be related of establishing yourself. 9 of Cups is wish fulfillment. Knight of Pentacles most of the time can symbolize wealth, abundance, setting your planting your seeds carefully and collecting your crops afterwards. And 9 of Cups is whatever that is in your heart, okay? That is satisfaction, fulfillment, and desires are what's coming in your life is actually satisfying you. And the oracle, we have your fifth chakra, Archangel Gabriel. Archangel Gabriel is the messenger from the God, and the fifth is one root. We have solar plexus, and sacral, solar plexus, heart. I think this is the seer, basically hearer. Heart, throat chakra, speaker. The Gabriel is speaking here, so you need to really use your voice, and if there's a message you need to deliver, you need to do it right now. Or if there's a message that you need to speak, hear and speak, it's time as well here, okay? It can be the one that is going to end the cycle too. We have second chakra. This is actually sacral chakra, Archangel Ariel. It's your creative center. It's your reproductive center. You might, during this time, you might receive some intuitive nudges that will lead you to a creative activity. This is basically telling you, go ahead and start doing those, okay? We have action. Yes, exactly. In order to take action, you need, in order to get results, you need to take action. This timeline, and also, I think Isaac Newton has a quote. He says, "Every action creates an opposite and powerful reaction." So, if that's what you're expecting, the action needs to be happening in according to it. We have attachment here. I feel like this is also a warning coming and telling you it's time to let go of the attachments you have. Attachment can be attachment to the outcome or attachment to the process, how it should go. You would like if you attach your hopes and desires and everything to the outcome, this can actually prolong the process, because it's like watching the grass grow. Grass will grow when you are minding other things and enjoying your life faster. Let's see your crystal. Take company. You have a jasper. I think this is tiger eye, it's a tiger eye. It's courage, optimism, power. This is supported by Leo and Capricorn and Sun. So maybe sunbathing, if you have access to it, can be valuable during this time. A courageous and brave stone, Tiger's Eye, motivates you to show up as your best self, dispelling any fear and doubt in your path. Known as the shapeshifter, Tiger's Eye embodies healing energies from both the earth and the sun, drawing optimism towards you while also grounding you in reality. Like, you can get one of these, like this kind of things, and then you can meditate, hold it in your hand while you're meditating. Call on the warrior inside of you and pursue your ambitions with laser focus, with confidence, strength, and power. Tiger's Eye helps you break through any blockages that stand in your way. Activate the warrior inside of you, okay? All right, beautiful. That's all for today. Hope you enjoy your reading. If you do, I'm going to add some more videos right here for you to enjoy, and I wish you all a magical day. Bye. Hit the subscribe and join the family.